My name is Nyamgul Agaji. It's a pleasure to be here. A very few hours to Christmas Day. It's less than 18 hours now to Christmas Day, and I hope that we're going to enter it and celebrate in style. No matter what condition you find yourself, so long as you're alive, there's so much to be thankful for. And the prayer is that the newness that comes with every breath should be in your life right now. For everything that needs rejuvenation, it will have it. For everything that needs reinvention, it will have it. For everything that needs empowerment, whatever comes with new birth, newness, will come to your life. So we're hoping that it's going to be a wonderful time. A lot of the people will be traveling today, and there's some that I know that will be traveling tomorrow, maybe because they feel tomorrow the roads will be freer than any other day. So whatever it is, whenever you're traveling, wherever you're going to, we're hoping that you make it safely there. We wish you a very, very pleasant trip. This is the front page review, and on the front page review, what we do is bring you the headlines of our national dailies, and then when we do that, the next thing is that we expect you to be a part of it and tell us what you feel about these headlines on our national dailies. As usual, we're going to read these headlines to you, then join Rufai Oseni to give us his own thoughts, and after that we'll open the lines. This morning we're going to open the lines for you to talk to us, so as early as possible, be sure that we are going to connect with you. Let's begin this morning with the headlines on the Punch newspaper. The Punch leads with budget crisis. National Assembly extends 2025 fiscal year to March. Okay, so 2025 fiscal year is extended to March. So it's after March that maybe we will know the performance of the budget, because 2025 budget, we're extending that fiscal year to March 2026. Ebonyi villages accuse EEDC of 5-year blackout, business collapse. Okay, it seems to be a thing for every community now, blackout everywhere. Akpabio mourns police escort killed by tanker. Lukman Stunner rescues Eagles in AFCON opener. And then we also have 2026 budget of Pebble Diri Oyebanji sign Nasarawa Ondo lawmakers pass bills. Labor tax states local government areas on insecurity. There's this part of the top news which says that 2027 Wike promised to hold PDP for Tinubu. Mekinde alleges. Okay. Still on 2027, Turaki camp fumes as INEC rejects PDP excos. NBA Atiku demand new tax law suspension. Federal government orders takedown of terrorist social media accounts. Measles death toll hits 153 in 11 months. Oh. Well, this federal government orders takedown of terrorist social media accounts has pricked my interest. So a little bit about it is that the federal government has disclosed that Nigerian security agencies are working with major social media companies to identify and take down accounts used by terrorists and criminal groups to promote their activities and raise funds. Speaking at an end-of-year briefing in Abuja on Tuesday, the Director General of the National Counterterrorism Center, Major General Adamu Laka, said the platforms such as TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and X had been used by terrorists to publicize operations, display looted items, and communicate with supporters. Okay, so you might want to read that story on the Punch newspaper. From Punch, we go to Vanguard newspaper, and Vanguard newspaper leads with Gazette. Okay, it's still about the NBA and Atiku seek suspension of tax law. Now, hardship. Federal government gets 52% of federation revenue. Stop blaming governors alone. That is according to RADA. Lack of political will hampering fight against insecurity. That's according to Kwankwaso. I'm sure a lot of people will agree. That is the political will that is lacking. Otherwise, these people could have been wiped out. Nigeria's net forex inflows rises 12% to $41.73 billion. And we also have insecurity, interfaith collaboration key to ending violence in Nigeria. That's according to GIMP Nigeria. Nigeria didn't meet oil revenue target in first half of 2025, according to Budget Office. Court grants ex-AGF Malami bail, adjourns case to January 5. Okay. All right. So we can just move on to the Daily Post newspaper. Daily Post newspaper is saying petrol tanker crashes into Akpabio's convoy, kills police dispatch rider. I'm sure there are other people who will be praying or who would be wishing that something else happened and not just what happened here, but the soul of that person who lost his life, may it rest in peace. We don't have faction. PDP reacts as INEC rejects Turaki-led NWC. So which one are they recognizing now? Is it the Akpabio faction or the Turaki faction? Which faction are they recognizing? They should come out plain and tell us and give us reasons why they don't recognize it and give solutions to it so that we know where we stand. So that we know where we stand. Yes, let me say so. Because every party in the opposition needs to know their stand with INEC. And every citizen needs to know what INEC is saying so that they can make informed decisions what to support and who to support and why to support those people. We move to the Daily Trust newspaper, which leads with 12 killed in Plateau Kogi auto crashes. National Assembly passes 48.32 trillion naira revised 2025 budget. We're still talking about 2025 budget in December, and then the fiscal year has been extended to March, and now the revised budget has risen up to 48.32 trillion. They passed it sharp. Officers missing as terrorists attack civil defense post in Niger, steal rifle. That's another story on the Daily Trust. Okay, Gombe governor dismisses 4 aides over assault on councillor. No faction in accord, according to the chairman. Okay, Jigawa raises over 40 million naira at 2026 Armed Forces Emblem Appeal. Insecurity. Our troops are brave, but political will is lacking, according to Kwankwaso. Okay, and reps seek rescue of 28 abducted travelers. Bandits demand 42 million naira ransom. Okay. There used to be a time some people bore the name ransom. I know a lot of people who are called ransom. Now I don't know how they'll be feeling about their names because it's become a word associated with abductions and, you know, banditry and all that. It's unfortunate we've gotten to a stage where if the news does not have anything about kidnapping, terrorism, killings of people, people dying as a result of bad roads and all that, it's as if it's not complete. On the Nation newspaper, the headlines are NIN to serve as tax ID for Nigerians, says FIRS. 739 naira per litre price spikes queues at MRS. Lagos to manage informal spaces, lawmaker empowers youths and traders, and then we have destruction of PDP dangerous for our democracy, says Makinde. EFCC files money laundering charge against Malami's son. Okay, from father to son. And let's take the final headlines here from the Sun newspaper. It leads with Wike promised Tinubu he would hold PDP for him. This is according to Makinde, and it seems to be happening. Other news items are Okonjo-Iweala commissions Abia electric buses. Wike promised Tinubu. Okay, we have that. No distinction between mass kidnapping and terrorism. That is according to NCTC. Then Tinubu lacks political will to fight insecurity, banditry, says Kwankwo. So These are the headlines, and we're hoping that you are going to be a part of it. In the meantime, let's join Rufai Oseni for his thoughts, and when we return, we'll open the lines immediately for your calls and your messages. So stay with us and don't go anywhere.
Right, the interview that journalists had with Sheyi Makinde today revealed a lot of things. At first, well, from that interview, we know that it was not the candidates of Sheyi Makinde that President Tinubu used for the nomination as regards who will be minister from Oyo State. That Sheyi Makinde had nominated somebody else, but President Tinubu brought in Adelabu in a bid to help him stabilize APC in the state. So you can now see why Adelabu has failed tremendously in the power sector. In fact, there are a lot of problems in the power sector now as regards reconduction and all of that. Adelabu has not gotten any traction. We've not produced the number of megawatts that we need. We've not been able to pass on power effectively. And Adelabu has pretty much sort of abandoned the job because he wants to run for governor now. Sheyi Makinde also let us know how he regrets supporting President Tinubu in the last election, which he apologized for. But yes, he has apologized, so we don't want to say much more. But I hope he has also learned his lesson. Because when they all went to do G5 then, and for them it was a case of principle and they went against their party, they did not know that there were going to be consequences. He also said that President Tinubu at some point had even offered him to join the APC to help him fix the APC in Oyo State. But he declined. So that also speaks volumes as regards the cause of play of politics. He also talked about the fact that he doesn't think that Adelabu has got the capacity of running the states. But we'll see. Only time will tell. Some will say he was probably playing politics with that. Some will say he was expressing his mind. He also went ahead to make some comparison with Wike on the borders of he had been successful earlier on. That Wike was, I think, at the age of 29, that he has secured his first major contract worth $1 million in Mobile. And the governor stated that, I'm talking about Sheyi Makinde, that years of Wike probably had just left small school then. Makinde described the deal as a pivotal moment that shaped his rise in both politics and business. On political differences with Wike, he said tensions with the FCT minister beg your pardon, surfaced during a meeting with Wike, Barabe Amina and others, when Wike told the president that he will hold the PDP ahead of the 2027 election. He said the president did not ask him to do this, but he, Wike, volunteered. And I'm sure in the coming days, Wike too will probably have his own media chat where he will take his own side of the story. In fact, this argument has been further heightened by a conversation where some PDP members, and it's their allegation, and I'm quoting them, had said that Wike had said that it's either they support President Tinubu or nothing in the coming elections. So a lot of things. changed and I become the order of day. It's a very interesting time for our politics. And it's a very interesting time for all of us. This idea of United States spending $3,000 for those immigrants that voluntarily want to go home, I think it's counterproductive for the American economy, because it is immigrants that help build the economy anywhere. And a lot of the immigrants might come in illegal, but if you put them up to a path to citizenship and let them earn a citizenship, they can do a lot more for the economy of every country. Most of the Gilded Age millionaires that you see today that build America, likes of the Vanderbilt, Cornelius Vanderbilt, that helped building the rail line, Carnegie and the likes, they all came in as immigrants at some point. So I think the Americans should watch it. The immigrant nation would definitely add a lot of flair, a lot of fecundity, and a lot of vibrance to the economy. We are still asking the question on the Niger students. As we speak today, we are still waiting on the government to hand over the remaining abducted peoples. But based on our calculations, there's still a shortfall in the number. So only time will tell what is happening as regards the shortfall. And truth has to be said, Nigerians, please try as much as possible. Start to look around. Start to look very well as regards this tax bill matter. And let's ensure that we clear it. Around Plateau, you have another kidnapping of over 28 people around Plateau. And it shows that the kidnapping and the insecurity still rages an ugly head. But it's time to be able to look deeply. In fact, the kidnappers of the Plateau passengers are demanding 1.5 million ransom for the people that were kidnapped. For the 28 of the passengers. All of that leaves much to be desired. And it's something that we should all look at effectively. And the Nigerian Bar Association is saying that there's an imperative for a comprehensive, open and transparent investigation to be conducted to clarify the circumstances surrounding the enactment of the law to restore public trust. That's what Mazi Afamusigwe, SAN, president of the NBA, is saying. So, in fact, some people are already calling for protests. A peaceful protest against the tax bill. They're calling for this somewhere around Abuja. So, let's see how all of these conversations pans out. And the federal government has said there's a mandatory pre-employment drug testing policy for prospective applicants into public service. I wish that there's a mandatory drug testing for every politician before they get into public office, even the position of the presidency. I think it has gotten to a point now that there should be mandatory drug testing for any candidate that aspire to the position of the presidency. And the mandatory drug testing too should also involve historical drug use, where their samples are taken over a period of time, so that we can get what's the drug use pattern in any person, that want to run for the highest office in the country. Question we just like to ask the federal government is, do what is right. At all times. That's just it. And we need to be able to look well into this tax bill matter, because I don't think the rubber stamp National Assembly will be able to do anything about it. FIRS is saying that NIN is now automatically tax ID for Nigerians. And there's still a lot of controversy raging about the issues. Couple of more stories making around. So, Nigeria again has extended the budget cycle for 2025 into 2026 March. So it just shows that they were not able to meet up with most of the targets in the budget. They were not able to get a lot of things done, just like they extended the previous year budget cycle. So deep into 2026, again, like what happened last year, we're going to be running two concurrent budget cycles. We're going to be running out of 2025, and we're also going to be running out of 2026. I think that should terminate in March 2026 for the 2025 budget if they don't extend it. Also, some stories making the rounds now saying that actually, concerning the budget, we didn't even meet a lot of our oil revenue. In fact, there was a shortfall. But, I'm taking a back for that, because all of our oil revenue targets, if they're saying there was a shortfall, this was also the year that the government did brag that, we're doing about 1.8 million barrels per day. So what happened? Yes, there was a slump in the international price of crude oil. There were some extraneous factors that led to the slump and all of that. But also, when you look at the management process, it was quite shoddy. And actually, I think more financial reports that have come out have actually justified what Wale had said. At least the first 6 months of the year was actually 10.9 trillion we did. Part of just our revenue target. So we didn't really hit the revenue target. There were shortfalls here and there. And by the way, there have been rumors surrounding the job of Wale Edu, but anyway, those things are not confirmed. So I don't like to talk about things that are not confirmed. Atiku Abubakar is calling for the suspension, of the tax law. But people like Taiwo Yedele have said that that there's no need for the suspension of the tax law. That's the only part that is in dispute, the part about the 20% deposit when you're having a tax arbitration case, and the threshold for businesses and the threshold for individuals for reporting and all of that. That what should be done is that all of those things should just be set aside. That there are equally some other parts like the petroleum industry tax, petroleum royalty tax, and a couple of other taxes that have just been set aside part of the law. So the law could be implemented without those other sections. But I think the bigger question we should be able to ask is, what happened to the process and who tampered with this? Because some questions Taiwo Oyedele has not asked. See, the harmonized version of the tax law was ready by the National Assembly as at the 28th of May. As at the 26th of May, the president signed it into law and it was pushed on for gazetting. As of September 9th, Oyedele said that the gazetted copy was ready. He was quoted to have said that the gazetted copy was ready. The question we should now ask is this: is it that Taiwo Oyedele, in this timeline for the 25th of May, never saw the harmonized copy? I think these are the big questions we should have. Never saw the harmonized copy, never had the chance to be able to compare and contrast with the gazetted copy. I think these are some of the questions. And you see, the increasing way of Taiwo Oyedele to say, oh, it's a procedural problem and anything, it just speaks volumes about the process. Because we forget in a hurry, yeah? That's why people don't trust government. This is the same country where budget padding happens. So, are we now saying that tax law padding has also started to happen? And that's why we must get to the root of this. We must get to the root of this matter. And these and many other matters are making the rounds on this day, just one day to Christmas. And we'd like to wish all of our listeners Merry Christmas. And like we are as VOP and as we are as VOP all the time, we want to be your Santa Claus, we want to be your friend, we want to be your brother this Christmas. And we just want to reach out to you as much as possible. So if there's any need that you have, that you'd like to announce on the radio, because we're your family radio station. I mean, we cater to every area of the family, every demographic of the family. If there's any need or any challenge you have in your mind that you want to speak out, you think you're not going to have a great Christmas because of what you're going through and everything, just say it into the ether. You do not know who might be listening, and you do not know who might be willing to help. And it's going to be well. We pray it's going to be well with you this Christmas period. And we pray the peace of God that passes the understanding of man, and the grace of God is going to be upon your life this season. I continue to rest and abide with you. Bless you guys so much. It's been a great time, you being part of our year at VOP. And we don't take your love and your support and your friendship for granted. And from me and management and everybody, here that talks to you every day on VOP and you interact with us, we love you so much. We appreciate you. We thank you for your continued love and patronage. And thank you so much. We couldn't have done VOP without all of you. Merry Christmas. Prosperous New Year.
Okay, Merry Christmas to you too, Rufai. And like he said, this is your family radio, and so we wish you all the best. That speech was long, it sounded like an end of year party speech, but that's where we are. We are nearly at the end of this year. This is just 6 days or 7 days to the end of the year. A lot of people didn't know they would get here because of the hardship in the country, but here we are. Like we say in Nigeria, God no go shame us. Whatever you're going through, we're there with you in prayer and in action as much as possible. Thank you, Rufai. And if you're listening to us, this is 90.3 FM, Voice of the People. My name is Nyamgul Agaji. Somebody said, spell that name all the time when you come. Okay, it's Nyamgul. Nyamgul. N as in Nigeria. Nyam. M as in money. So it is Nyamgul. That is Nyamgul. All right, so would like to begin immediately opening the lines and talking to you. That is what we intend to do today. As soon as possible, let's open the lines and talk to you. So the lines, just a reminder, 0700 903 903 903, 0700 903 903 903 if you want to call us on a regular call. You can also use 080 3692 9933, 080 3692 9933. If it's WhatsApp you want, it's 081 7175 6338, 081 7175 6338. Call us now. We are ready to answer you. Okay, let's begin with our first caller. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
My name is Innocent. I'm calling from Amu of the First State. My brother, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, please, you see this tax law.
Yeah.
Everybody should watch it out because you see this tax law. I believe that this our government, this APC government, they like to win election, but I'm not surprised. This one, they are the tax where they know that Nigerians does not want this tax. They are forcing it to Nigerians. Mean that they have another thing they want to use that tax law to achieve 2027. Either they know that when they done this tax law, because the law of the tax is if anybody first want to pay his tax, maybe that person cannot contest. Either they want to pay for the opposition to bring them down because they know that that some people may forget one or two things before it's the tax inversion people will arrest them. And even if they arrest them, they cannot contest. So Nigeria should watch out that tax law is beyond tax. I know that tax law beyond tax is not because of the money. It's because of 2027 to bring those opposition down, to arrest them and make sure that they prosecute them. And before the laws have already hold them not to contest. And again, those that are telling us tax and this, is it not the social government that will tell us that subsidy is gone? And the money they are making there, we have not seen anything different since that time. Since that 3 years now to this moment, we have not seen anything different. So it's now that is going to bring a good news for them. I believe even if they want to pay this tax law to know that it's not the next government, any good government come, and we are sure that that government will be accountable for us. That is only where we accept this thing. And if they want to do work, let them go and learn from this. They have their state governor. Who is everybody has seen what that man can do in 3 years. Everything is standing and people are seeing it. Other governors should learn. Presidents should go there and learn. That's the only way we can look at them. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay. That's what he said. All right. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah. Your name is?
Mecca from Ogun State.
Okay, thanks for joining us. Go ahead.
Yeah, what I want to ask is that when they're talking about the SS and the rest of them working with the social media, I began to ask a question. Working with the social media, is it the only easy way for them to be capturing the terrorists, doing what they're doing? The NINL, they ask everybody to do by force by fire. How many of them have they ever caught with this NIN? Are they not using their phone, making the call of the payments of the ransoms of the people they are kidnapping? Now, have they traced them through the NIN? Those things are just ways to make money to frustrate common Nigerians, and yet those things are not working. And those things can only work in a common man. If I make a call right now, if I talk anything anyhow now, they can trace me here. But those people, they cannot trace them because they know what they're doing. Now, that is that. In the other way, on that I want to say about the tax. Now, when they are asking tax from us, now this tax, how many roads are they using to do? Go to bypass there now. You see how people are trapping down there, and they are collecting tax from us in this nation. All we are hearing is to be negotiating with terrorists, and they are using our tax money paying terrorists, and terrorists are using the money to be buying rifles to be killing us in our own nation again. And yet they want to make more tax to be more increasing for we to be paying tax, and they will be using our money tax to be negotiating with terrorists, and we are living in a fear in our own country, and that is all they're doing with our own tax money. No lights, no road, no food, no security, and yet we are paying tax in this nation. God will judge.
God will judge. Thank you very much. Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Yango.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Compliments of the season.
Same to you.
I'm calling from Eva.
All right, thank you for joining us.
Yango, last year when federal government started talking about this tax reform bill, I was crying over it and telling you, calling the whole radio station talking about it. Do you know that experts, economists, people who are supposed to help this country, they were the ones that were supporting this tax bill. They were supporting it. So yes, it is good. But the North is not producing alcohol, they are not consuming alcohol. They are benefiting from tax from alcohol from other states that they do this thing. It's like a masquerade that will be unveiled. That's the reform bill is all about, half and better. It is all about multiple taxation. It is. I was crying to the orientation, particularly when you said they were even using it to mock me. Look at what is happening now. Atiku is speaking out. Everybody is speaking out. Why are they speaking out now? They supported it before they enter into law. They supported it. Okay, how can people be talking about tax? When you took over the leadership of this country, you remove subsidy on everything. It is not fair subsidy. Because everybody is crying of fair subsidy. It is not fair subsidy. You remove subsidy on dollars. You remove subsidy on electricity. You remove a subsidy on import duty. You remove subsidy on petroleum. You remove subsidy on interest rate. When interest rate can destroy this nation. And interest rate is 27%. America is 5%. So if you borrow 100 million now, you will pay 27 million to the bank. And it goes to federal government. Majority part of it go to CPM. How can you encourage business? Electricity is bandy, everything is off. Dollar was 450 before. Dangote was assessing dollar 450 before. Now Dangote is 1,004 something. And business, everything. The federal government have already collected these tax from all these companies, manufacturers. About 7.2 million businesses ran away to African countries. Some folded, ShopRite, them, all of them ran away because they cannot cope with electricity. To power generator, it is too expensive. Hotels doesn't even on their AC again. Everything is bad. How can we run a country, a society like that? How can we run business? And we're only producing country. There is no only producing country that talk about us. Their children go to school free. Feeding is free. Housing is free. Everything is free in a producing nation. Saudi Arabia is even inviting people from other countries. Come and enjoy. Come and enjoy. You see, people rushing to Saudi Arabia. If you go, you become billionaire. If you go, you become. See what they are doing to footballers all over the world. It is for you money. Saudi Arabia is producing 12 million barrels of crude every day. Nigeria has the capacity of producing 6 million barrels every day. What is happening? During the time of Sani Abacha, he was producing 3 million barrels, 1995-96, 3 million barrels every day. That was what Abacha, a military head of state, was producing. What happened now? They have discovered so many mining sites from that time till today, over 30 years ago. So many mining sites that are active now, and yet they are struggling with 1.4 million barrels. And the tax now is tax. The budget is based on tax. Look at the people who are taxing: Washoko, starvation, malnutrition. People who are excavating from dustbin to feed. If you go to the market, people are picking rotten tomato, condemned tomatoes to do Christmas, and you are taxing them. Why are you saying? Why you're telling have been paid to go to radio stations and media houses and say that low-income owner doesn't pay tax? If you tax Dangote, you have taxed landlord. If Dangote cement is expensive today because of tax, and landlord buys cement at 10,700. Then landlord increase his house rent. The low-income owners, as you say, you are protecting. They were paying 300,000 house rent before. Now it is 1.2 million, and you are protecting them. They were paying toothpaste before 500 naira, and now toothpaste is 2,500, and you are protecting them. They enter 100 naira before to go to work and come back. Now they spend 1,500 to go to work and come back, and you say you are low-income owner doesn't pay tax. Kekemawa is now 3.7 million. Before Tinubu took over, it was under 1 million naira. And you are saying you are protecting them. If you enter Keke, you are paying tax. If you enter Okada, you are paying tax. Because the owners, the dealers have already paid the tax to the federal government. Now the business owners will not recoup their money through we that enter, the end users. It is the end users that pay tax in this country. Why is Tinubu talking about that? Tinubu have never harvested anything from one plot of land. You have never done anything. You have never sold his land, put hand on the soil and harvested anything, planted anything in Nigeria. Everything boro. Out of this tax now, 15 trillion is supposed for interest to service loan. To service loan, 15 trillion in a year. 15 trillion is enough to fix all the clothes in this country. And you are using it to service loan. And to service loan is just to pay interest. It is not to pay the loan you are owing. And that is why these people keep on giving us loan, because they are servicing. Somebody will collect 100 million from you every month is giving you 20 million, and your 100 million still, but you will tell him, do you need more? That is what they are using Nigeria to do. What type of leadership is this? Tinubu doesn't have capacity to be a president. We are deceiving ourselves. Anybody who is supporting him to take over 2027, we should go and build coffin of everybody. If you are supporting Tinubu doesn't have capacity. He doesn't have bad thing, or he said because ministers are bad. No, it is only president that is weak. If your president is strong and active, everybody working with you will wake up. EFCC will wake up. Police will wake up. Army will wake up. DSS will wake up. Every agency, every institution under him, they will wake up by fire by force. If you do nonsense, you see yourself in prison. But then look at the type of people that are working with him.
Okay,
If I'm your cover, if I'm your cover that needed 1.3 trillion, it's enough to solve the whole problem in Delta State. And that is the man now that will make your campaign hope agenda, be hope what? We need hope agenda. Oh my God, I'm not happy with this country, with where things are going.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas to all the VOP fans. God bless you.
God bless you too. Okay, with all the fire, at least he still said that Merry Christmas. So we have a reason to celebrate no matter what we're facing right now. Just that we should make a resolution to do better next year. Speak out when we need to speak out, act where we need to act, and make sure our country is better. All right, so let me take some messages before I go back to the calls again. Please, I would like to ask, can the citizens stop to pay these taxes if government fails to use it for the development of the country that would make life comfortable for us as citizens? Also, are Agberos and politicians going to be transparent with the payment of the taxes? Furthermore, is it not looking like a government of dictatorship when the presidency says the Tax Reform Act will commence from 1st of January 2026, even when the National Assembly has set up a committee to look into the issue of the alleged alterations and forgery, and the committee has been given 6 months? Does it mean the investigation and implementation will be going on at the same time? Finally, kindly inform President Tinubu that he promised stable and steady power supply, but for the past 24 days now, no power supply in Ijagemo community. Is this the renewed hope? Olorun Agbawa. God bless Nigeria. Temitokpe Onatoye from Ijagemo community. Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, Temitokpe. And you've been crying every day about this power supply, and nobody seems to be paying heed. I'm sure they know, I'm sure they're hearing, I'm sure they're listening, but they are failing to do. Maybe the community people in Ijagemo should rise up, maybe with placards, and go to NEPA office. That's all I can say. It's not to go and fight, but maybe just to have that evidence that you said something and you made them know. Let them claim that they do not listen to radio, which I think is a lie, but you do something physically so that we can also have that as evidence of their negligence. That's what we're saying. But you ask a very good question. A committee has been set up, given 6 months, and then the tax reform or the taxes, the tax law will be implemented from January 1. So they are doing investigation while the implementation is going on. It sounds very weird, but let's hope that the needful will be done. Another one here is saying, hello, Wakitaki, Ade Pygmy. All right, I don't know what that means. Good morning, VOP family. INEC, the judiciary, the politicians should please save our democracy in Nigeria. They should not put in danger the democracy our heroes died for. Fubara has decamped to APC. There is no need for telling us why he decamped. Most politicians are not men and women of their words. Fubara is one of them. Now we have few days to 2026. Election year comes up 2027. Can one tell me what the masses have benefited so far? No light, bad roads everywhere, travelers sleeping on the road. Politicians should please give us dividends of democracy. Benjamin from Shogunle. Politicians should give us governance, good governance, because this is not really dividends of democracy. It is a right of the people. Whether you are a democracy or a monarchy or anything, it's the right of the people to have good schools, good roads, good healthcare, and all that. All right. Okay, so let's go on. When you judge somebody, it doesn't define who they are. It defines who you are. Abidin, what are you talking about? Good morning. The governor, Fintiri of Adamawa State, has released Jackson after he was sentenced to life imprisonment by the Supreme Court of Injustice because he was able to defend himself from being killed by the jihadist Fulani men. And the life imprisonment of Jackson has proven that Nigeria has a Supreme Court of Injustice. Leo from Lagos. Okay, that is news to me. Has Jackson been released? Okay, I missed that one. Good morning. Nigerians should not trust Makinde even at this moment. There's no rift between him and Wike. It's all about game plan for Tinubu's return in 2027. May God help this nation. This is from Stevie Kalu. And let's take this one from abroad. The PDP has destroyed itself from within, with Wike and his cohorts bent on total annihilation of the party. Government at all levels must work together using drones, modern technology, intelligence, and military force to destroy these Islamic Fulani terrorists and jihadis. May God help and heal our land. Frank Onero from USA. Okay, we're ready now to go back to the calls. Keep calling us. I know that a lot of people were buzzing when I was reading some messages, but it's not fair that we take only calls and leave the people who spent time to type their messages. So that's what that's why we went to the messages, and we're still ready to take your calls. Now, as we wait for these calls, VOPFM, federal and state government with FCCPC should call it to order transporters and traders hiking prices of goods and transport fares when price of petrol is reducing. They are exploiting struggling Nigerians. This is Dominic from Ikorodu, Lagos. Okay, there's a particular number, or there's some particular people who are calling us on WhatsApp, and they're doing what we call flashing. I don't know why that is, or I don't know whether the call is just dropping and it's not any fault of your own. But callers and stay on and hope that we will pick, because there are so many people trying to reach us on the regular line and on WhatsApp. So please call us and talk to us. Okay, he's saying that they're hiking prices. Dominic, thank you very much for your observation. That's what we're crying, all of us. And some of these people will be crying that the government is very, very, very bad. And then as the government is bad, they are I wish there were a word like badder. Okay, they're doing worse than what the government is doing, and that's really, really frustrating for Nigerians. A journey that you were hitherto paying like 500 naira, even within Lagos State here, some people are charging you a lot of money, like 1.5, just because it's Christmas. Christmas is supposed to be a time of love, and then you're showing love by being wicked, and I wonder how that is. Anyway, the numbers to call are 0700 903 903 903, 0700 903 903 903, or on WhatsApp it's 081 7175 6338. Those are the numbers, whether the regular call or the WhatsApp number. Call us now. Hello, good morning. Good morning, please. It dropped again. All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. My name is Matthew.
Oh, Matthew, thanks. So, are you a tax collector?
I'm not a tax collector.
All right. Go ahead, Matthew.
Good morning. Happy Christmas.
Same to you.
To Nigerians, we would like to hear from our president. If Nigerians should still keep his promise that he promised us, no light, no 2027, no second time, or do we want to change it? We are waiting for him to us. Do we still keep the promise he promised us? Without light, let us not vote.
Wow.
Or do we want to change it? We want to hear from him directly. Tell the presidency that Nigerians are waiting for that response because there's no light anywhere. And 2027 is here. What do we do?
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's not even just a question of what do we do. He told us himself when he was campaigning that if he doesn't give us steady power supply in 6 months, we should not vote him for a second term when he comes back. So he told us himself. So if you're asking what we need to do, Just go back to the videos that are there on social media and everywhere, because the internet never forgets. He told us categorically, if there is no steady power, do not vote me if I come back for second tenure. That's what he advised us to do. So your advice already has an answer from the horse's mouth. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Yango.
Good morning to you.
Compliment of the season
Same
again.
to you, my brother. Same to you.
Yeah, I'm UC, calling from my papa.
All right, go ahead.
Yes. Atiku, but let me start by Sheyi Makinde saying that he regretted supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. For me, there's no need to regret anything. I think what he did was the right thing. Because we had a northern leader from a Fulani extraction, precisely, a descent of a Fulani, who led for 8 years and who did not do well, to worsen everything, and whom his election was even questioned. The second election, not the first one, the second time election, his regime was questioned. Now, your party also produced another person again whom we knew lobbied, bribed, caused crisis in the party to find his way through to emerge. A person from that same extraction again, the same fate and everything. On a good day, if things are right, things are going the way they are supposed to be, nobody should be talking about tribe and ethnicity. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But because of the way the country has been structured, we've been divided along religious and ethnic lines. So people now pay attention to all of this. Now, are you expecting somebody like me, if I'm Sheyi Makinde now, to go all out to support a candidate from that same region, the same tribe, the same faith and everything? It's not done that way. I'm not against him. Whether he's bribed to work with the president, I'm not against him. I think it's the right thing to do for any reasonable thinking person. That aside, now, I heard the government has banned the operations of social media by terrorists. For me, let me think deep and say it in a different way again. I don't think it's a good thing. Do you know why? Now, based on intelligent gatherings, they should allow it to go on. It's one of the means to study and to monitor how they operate. There's no need of banning them. They should allow them to be operating social media, posting on social media. The only thing it does is this: it will make it as if it will make it a fun thing to people who want to see it as fun. That is it. But by intelligence review, I think it's a good thing. They should not ban it. They should allow them to post, and they should use that means to gather informations. I think in decent clime all over the world, what they do, they monitor all these things. Then let me speak on the tax law. Atiku saying that President Tinubu should suspend that tax bill he's making. I think we already had a law for taxing the country. There is a law ready for that. Now, what the President Tinubu is trying to do right now, he's trying to make another kind of tax law for his own kind of taxing Nigerians, not necessarily making a tax law we never had. We have a tax law. But my problem with things like this, by the time he led and concluded and he left, it will become a normal. It will become a process that will be going on in the country regularly. And once things start to go wrong in this country, nobody comes to correct it. It becomes the norm. It becomes the availability. It becomes the acceptance thing everywhere in the country. And it should not happen. For instance, Dangote has reduced the fuel price from his own point and stance. But as I speak to you, inflation is still ongoing in the transport sector. Added to the inflation we already had before this Utah season we are in. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say, Mr. Yango.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, we don't need tax law. We have a tax law. We have tax body going after tax and taxing the citizen and collecting the tax. I said previously, no economy becomes strong by taxing. No economy become a winning economy, a progressive economy, and a well-being economy by taxing. The greatest economies in the world, the greatest country in the world, they are not surviving through taxing. They are not rich by taxing. They don't invent anything through taxing. Rather, they spend and encourage industrialization and development. Economic growth is the two sector, all in productivity, production, service sector, and industrial sector, not tax sector. You can't say any sector called tax sector. There's no sector like that. There's no sector like that. We've seen policies of government in developed client enclaves where governments bring reduce the tax burden on corporations to encourage growth. So this issue of taxing is bringing the same mentality he had as a governor in Lagos State when he had problem with federal central government. Obasanjo refused to give him his money. That's the mentality there. We know the North, they are evading tax through those their Sharia things they are doing over there. You could face them squarely, monitor what is happening there, and deal with them precisely, instead of manipulating our mind, manipulating the system, trying to create another avenue to enrich your own political craftiness, trying to tell us you are making it. We have the already tax law there. What we need is a functioning system. I do not blame him. Like I told you the other time, the only industry he has already built is AD, ACN, AC. Today now it is APC. That is his empire. He was never an entrepreneur. He was never had a corporate life anywhere in the world. In Nigeria, we knew. He was playing politics to today. He's still a politician. Now he's a president. He thinks to manage power is easy. It's not easy to manage power. Now he's in the middle now. He does not know his left from his right. He's a confused person as I speak to you now. The person is very, very confused. He cannot do anything.
Yes,
so let me rest the case there. Have a great day. Compliment of the season again, Mr. Yango.
Same to you. Thank you very much. Well, it's fiery today. One day to Christmas. Okay, let's see this message. Compliments of the season to you in the studio. Please help us inform Lagos State Governor and his wife that the Lagos State health sector are on strike since. I beg the wife of the governor, who is also a medical personnel, should appeal to her husband to please settle health workers in Lagos State for the common man. People are not finding it easy to access hospital in Lagos from Adesina Wasiu in Ikorodu. Oh, it's unfortunate. Someone said, whatever you do in Nigeria, try never to get sick. If they are on strike, that's unfortunate. Good morning. Compliments of the season. Sheyi Courts from Itire. Thank you, Sheyi Courts, for your salutation this morning. We also have this saying, good morning, VOP. It is good to hear that the government is planning to make it mandatory for all intakes into the civil service to undertake mandatory drug tests. However, I suggest that we extend it to include our military and police, including other paramilitary personnel. I also want all politicians, including governors and president, to be part of it for it to have a meaning. By the way, who tampered with the altered tax law? Osadebe YJ in Lagos. Everybody's asking that same question. Who tampered with it and why is he not fished out until now? Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Yango.
Good morning to you, sir.
Obinna calling from Atiku.
Thanks for joining us, Obinna. Go ahead.
Yango.
Yes, sir.
There is more suffer in the country.
I know.
Let our leaders overlook estates or all those developed places. Come down to the streets, look and corners of the area, inside the go inside other places. People are suffering. There is suffer. And these places are where their vote is coming. In one compound, you can secure 100 votes. All those Lekki, in one compound, you can only get 2 or 3 votes. But these places, I'm telling you, come and see suffer. Depression. You see people walking on the streets, talking. And I know these our leaders are not touching those areas. They are not touching, they can't even come to those areas until the end of their life. But people are suffering. There is suffer in the country. Yangu, there is suffer. People are dying. Because of malaria, because of headache, because of simple sickness that is curable. People are suffering. Let them enter street and let the journalists enter street and interview and take their eye and see what I'm talking about. People are suffering. People are suffering. Let these people do something. People are suffering. We are suffering. Nigerians are suffering.
Thank
So
you.
all this social media account that they say they want to take down, this is another avenue to hide what they are exposing to the world. Let them not shut it down. Let them be posting. Let us be seeing it. We know all these things. Let them be posting. They want to shut it down so the world will not see. But look, before they can plan, I know all their plans. Let them be posting. Then that is the way they want to close what they are doing to Nigerians. Let the world not seeing it.
All right.
That is it. I told there is another thing. There is no opposition. All these ones marking there and doing it. There is no opposition. If PDP doesn't have opposition, Labour Party doesn't have opposition. We have only one party system. That's all.
Okay.
They can only impose those people that we come and do that we want to contest against Tinubu in every party. We don't have any opposition. That's all. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, well, let's pay some bills and we'll be right back. Keep sending in your messages.
This is your number one radio station at VOP 90.3 FM.
Your battle will not follow you to 2026. It's the last prayer rain program of the year 2025. Come and give the devil a final punch of defeat through prayers. Prayer rain. Don't relent. Make it a date with God this Friday, December 26, 2025 at the MFM Prayer City along Legacy Badon Expressway. Time is 8 a.m. The wife of the General Overseer of the Mountain of Fire and Miracles Ministries, Dr. Mrs. Shade Olukoya, will be there live. Come with an expectation. Your battles should expire before the end of 2025. Jesus is Lord.
This is your number one radio.
It's news, it's talk, it's point of view, it's the newspaper review. The show where we don't just read the news, we break it down, talk you through, and then hand the mic to you. From the first.
Okay, we just finished paying the bills as it is, and so we're very happy right now. We're going back immediately to the headlines, and that's what we're doing. We're expecting your call to come in, so let's just remind you of the numbers, or let's call them out to you again. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903, or you call us on 080 36 92 9933 080 36 92 9933. If it's WhatsApp, it's 081 7175 6338. Okay, keep them coming. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Good morning. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Good morning.
My name is Chibuzo. I'm calling from Ijegu.
Oh, Chibuzo, thanks for joining us. Go ahead.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes.
My name is Chibuzo. I'm calling from Ijegu.
Go ahead.
I just want to greet you for your analysis, sir. And they do it for Nigeria. I know have Nigeria team matter to say about. Nigeria don't time. No day we go wake up, we go hear things. You know yet enough to go hear anything. So matter don't time about. Continue.
Thank you.
Bye bye, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Chibuzo. But if you don't hear good news, at least you know you're alive. That's the greatest news we can ever hear, that we all are alive to even face the problems. Would you prepare never to face the problems and rest in peace? God forbid. Now we're alive to face the problem. It's exciting. Life without problems will be very boring. But we should do everything within our power to make sure we change the problems to testimonies that we will give. Good morning, Yamgul. Today, people who were defending the administration are now crying. Please check out what people are going through. Lagos to Onitsha Road. Horrible bad road causing traffic jam, forcing people to sleep on the roads. If they really love Nigerians, why didn't they tackle interstate roads rather than coastal roads? Umahi flies private jet while his people suffer on the roads. Our problem is sentiment of tribalism. Nigeria goes nowhere, my brother. Chooks from Egbeda. Thank you very much, Chooks, for your thoughts. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead. What's your name?
Oh, I can't hear you, Mr. Nyamko, but I think you can hear me very loud and clear.
Yeah, I can.
Number one, this is Evans calling from Lagos. Tomorrow is Christmas by the special grace of God, and I thank God that those of us that are alive, we don't still see the end of 2025 under President Tinubu with the Shege Pro Max. Now make Apollo no great come outside because our eye don't see me. Understand? So we say 2026. They want the tax us. I beg go, make they no verse. I want ask them whether people where they not colo, all those colo where they take save money, whether they know they again, because as it stands now, so federal government doesn't even care to know how Nigerians, common Nigerians, are surviving. All they care about is how to tax. Okay, this tax now where they want collect, they want collect this tax now so that people like Minister Wike will use the tax to renovate is it ICC center for 36 billion. If they ask them to come and explain how we take renovate, they go say he go come and come they tell us another thing, because if you like we don't have anything to say. Or be this tax now where they want they tell us say make we come the tax fees for what? Okay, now imagine auto crash. That one auto crash like that, some people gave up. Okay, if you want to even really know what even caused this auto crash, bad road. And you want to tax when we still have bad roads? Even common Lagos State, this Lagos State now that we have, where we say tax here, someone selling pure water paying tax, someone arguing paying tax, all those stuff like that. Do they have good road? In this Lagos State, do they? Flood is not even allow them to rise, and they are talking about tax. Bandits are busy going on TikTok live, explaining themselves, enjoying, cruising, telling us to come and stream live with them. Federal government cannot go after them, using our tax to go and compensate them, pay ransom to them. I don't understand. And next year is by the corner. 2026 January is by the corner. All they care is coming out to tell us tax. Me, I want to let them know that people where they not colo, they never come up for Nigeria finish, they still dey. And I've seen someone that ever since she was born, she's not using Nigerian bank. If I thought we are even paying this tax and they are making good use of this tax, we will not feel bad. See, Commonwealth chairman, they will appoint someone out, they will vote someone as a Commonwealth chairman. The person will just dey Yankee, do one place, they cruise. They come, they send us video, make we they see as they cruise, they carry our tax money, go they cruise. And we, the common masses here, we are suffering. See, Christmas, how many people can afford to buy common chicken? How many people can afford to buy common rice? And all the what? Okay, Tinubu was busy. I think 2012 at Ojota, running insult on President Jonathan. Then I want to understand if the same vibe with our dear president now, this my dear president now, give us that time. If to say we use that kind of vibe for them, do you think that any of us, all of us go there, they go down expand prison now, so they go to my border? He knows. Is it because he wanted to torment us like this? That was why he was busy abusing him, abusing the man, telling the man this or that, all those stuff. Many of them, when they support the man, they know what thing him do, and which we cannot use that language, which he did. Did Jonathan do anything? No. Now you cannot even talk. Mind what you say on the national radio. You cannot even move. They will come after you. You cannot even tweet. The DSS go know your domot. Make they tell them bandits they bush, they tweet, they go on live stream. May they go there. Because this 2026 now, it's better make everybody come and say no to this tax. Because I cannot say I never chop belefu. We they find bills, Lagos State bills to pay. If they find house rent, they are coming to tell us that they want to pay tax. Tax to who? For what? They don't come out for subsidy. We were buying fuel less than 200 before. Now fuel is almost 1,000 naira. What are they using the money for? 200 and something trillion don't lost till today. We never hear. If they go borrow a plane, come show Nigeria, carry and go till today. They never hold the man accountable. We never know anything about that. And they're coming out to tell us tax. Please, If to say as I did like that, I fit duplicate myself onto 100 million people. I for don't go so rock. At least my half will still remain come back, because I don't understand this. It's getting too much. The man should do something about it, because single girls like us now can no longer breathe. We can no longer breathe. Oh, we can no longer breathe. Thank you, Mr. Yamko.
Thank you. I'm giving everybody time to talk. It's really, well, vent out. As we talk, we should be thinking about the action to take. One of them is getting our PVCs. The second is making sure we lend our voice to the electoral bill, that they are selecting what to endorse and what not to endorse and all that. We should concern ourselves with national discourse to make sure that these people are forcing. I always say we have a very, very solid example in the scripture where a woman was troubling the judge so much that even though the judge feared no man or even God, he said he might lose his life if he doesn't do what this widow is saying. So let's be that widow and let them be the judge. Okay, so it's still Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, and we're doing front page review. We're hoping that you're going to keep calling us and talking with us and making sure that we change our Nigeria for better. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Yanko.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, this is Miriam calling from Aregbesola.
Miriam, thanks for joining us. Go ahead.
Yes. Yes, this morning I want to just chip in something. Do you remember when our president said we are going to write his name in the Guinness Book of Records? This is actually the Guinness Book of Records. We have not started seeing the list of him. This is just the beginning. I don't understand this our country. This our country. We can only talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. No action. But when people try to do action, they will use army and police. And those same army, they are not good. They are not even benefiting from the system. They are suffering. Some of them and their family are suffering just as we are suffering. Imagine today is 24th. Some of us cannot even afford to buy a cup of rice. What is this country trying to turn into? I don't really understand. Please, we are tired. Please, people should. We think they are hearing us. They should try and do something for us. We are tired.
Yeah.
Other countries, they are proud of their country. But we, Nigeria, we are not proud. We have oil. We are suffering. From January to December, everybody is complaining. The only people that we can think that they are not suffering in this country are the politicians. But they shouldn't worry. One day God will judge them. That money that they are making, that they want to use for their 10th generation, their 10th generation will not make use of that money very well. They will make use, since they are suffering us, they use that money that they are gathering, they use it to treat sickness. That is my prayer for them.
Wow.
Good morning and God bless you.
Good morning.
Happy Christmas and New Year in advance.
Thank you. Same to you. Well, Christmas with or without chicken, we are going to celebrate it. After all, it's Jesus' birthday. So if we can't celebrate it with an owambe, we are going to celebrate it in church. So it's a good thing. And me, I have excuse. I'll be in the studio. So if you say, I'm coming for Christmas, I'll be at work. So that's my excuse. Anyway, that's by the way. Good morning, Yamgule. A government that cannot explain revenue shortfalls or bad governance has failed the people. Allegations of $50,000 to senators and $30,000 to reps raise serious questions about accountability and transparency. It appears more effort is being put into politics ahead of 2027 than good governance. At this rate, arrest may become endless by 2026. Emmanuel in Lagos. $50,000 and $30,000 to senators and reps respectively. That's, well, for what? Is it prayers to their inbox? Because that's the language that's being used. Okay. Come on. Don't do this. Hello. Good morning.
Yangu.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, my brother. How are you doing?
I'm good.
We cannot stop talking our country. Nigeria is our country.
True.
We must do better for him.
True.
For him to be okay.
True.
So we must keep talking for the hem of our faith to hear our voice.
True.
For me, I want to thank Mr. Tinubu to stand by for the side of people in area of autonomous to local governments. So I got to find out that the governors are not want. They don't want people to breathe. They don't want people to breathe. That's why they don't want to do exactly what the law say. Now, president is going to beg them to obey the law. Ha! Nigeria, who do all this? Go better for her. So, are we trying to say we are lawless country now? So, judiciary is not functioning anymore. Which registrations are not even functioning? Because if the registrations are functioning, it cannot say we are screaming. I will try to scream the tax law, hold on for 6 months, and what do you call them? That you must hold because they have bought over. So, if anymore to us. Then when you talk about judiciary, when they make law say, okay, do like this, governors go and pay the local government direct. Governor will say, Walai, you don't have any mouth to talk. We are the people in charge. You see? Because our judiciary are bought over, our legislators are bought over by the presidency. What are we going to do with the masses? Is to rise up and say no to things we don't want. If we keep on doing like this, they will keep on treating us, suppressing us because we are keeping quiet for things we don't want to accept. So if we don't want this tax law to exist, let's say no. Let us say no to it. At least all the things they have been telling us. We want to remove fresh subsidy, everything will be okay. Where's the money? Not hospital you equip for us, not constant light you give to Nigerians to be able to empower their equipment they are using to do. Give Nigeria constant light, you will see Nigeria will fight for themselves. They will fight for themselves. They will, all these things they are talking about, people will not worry about it. But why we are worried is because no light, no good health, no education, no. I mean, why tax is for? What this tax for? Now, all our mineral resources, nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody. Only tax. Go in, boss. I mean, go inward. Look for what you can do for this country, not what Nigeria can do for you. Let it start from our leaders. Yango, I beg, I don't want to develop hypertension. I want to stop here. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. It's still Voice of the People, 19.3 FM, front page review. What is it that caught your attention this morning? And someone is saying there is total blackout in Lagos. Help us. What's the cause? Speak on it. Yeah, we've been talking about it, and so many people from so many places have been calling in and sending messages that they are in total blackout where they are. In fact, one of our sisters has always been saying, is giving us a countdown of the days that they have been without power. And as at today, it's 24 days without power, which means it's 3 weeks plus. And maybe they are on band A or band B, paying a humongous amount of money for nothing. When the month ends, they are going to pay this money because a lot of people are still using estimated bills. Even when the prepaid meters are supposed to be to the advantage of the power holding company, this is where we find ourselves. Why would there be blackout? Well, the president told us when he was campaigning that anytime we find out that he has not been able to give us power, what do? We do not accept him back. That's what he said. I'm quoting him. I'm not campaigning against him. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Yanko.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
It's always funny. I cannot always hear you, but I know you can hear me in the studio very clearly.
I can hear you.
You see, Nigerians are not suffering. I still repeat it. Nigerians are not suffering. We are not suffering. When you look at countries around the world that are suffering, they revolt against their government. So when you see people still have credit to call, still have money to buy data, still feeds, they are not suffering. Nigeria is the most coward people on earth. Look, it's not an understatement or an embarrassing word. I used to say that anytime I have privilege to call radio stations, I will say, look, fine, Nigeria is a great nation, but with so many coward people. You see, everybody want to die. Everybody won't go heaven, but nobody want to die. And that's the reasons why you see that in our society, one lady called, is here when the people want to protest, when the people want to go out, you see the government will set the police and the military against the people. It's a lie. That is not true. When the people want to protest, the government will send counter people against its own people as well. That is what is happening. You see, when you go to social media, you read things online, you see things, you see, despite the suffering in this land, you still see some people, I don't know how people reason, you still see some people still in support of this government. That is how bad the situation is. Maybe sometimes they get 5,000 naira from the local council as a party, whatever, or thereabouts. I live in Oshodi. I'm calling from Oshodi. And as at yesterday, they were sharing money at Owosheni Primary School. Owosheni, I know people around Oshodi knows where I'm talking about. They were sharing money. Immediately you write your name, you get 5,000 naira. One of my brother is also into politics, local politics. He went there. The queue was so much he couldn't register his name, so that he couldn't get the 5,000 naira. Now this is where the problem has degenerated into. When you see people will complain. We are all seeing the problem in the land. Look, I'm not here to praise any government too. Since Obasanjo time, Obasanjo is worst. Yaradua, a bit, just a little bit fair. Jonathan is worst. People should stop. So I don't know why, because we are not exposed. That's the reasons why we say Jonathan is better. Jonathan is worst. During Jonathan time, there were extraordinary corruption. Alice in Madueke, we are buying bra that they used to roll breast in millions of dollars. You see how corrupt that government is. Jonathan government sell fuel, petroleum in the international market at the highest price, but then there were nothing to show for it. So that government is worse, damaged. Buhari come, it destroy the economy. That one, he doesn't even have any clue about the systems. Now the tax man is now on board. The tax man came on board on the first day of his resumption. He said, I declare fuel subsidy gone. The economy will now develop. There will be more money to spend. But you know what happened? Is sharing those more money to politicians. You see, the problem we have in this country, we are not too, let me say we are educated ignorant.
Okay.
University graduates. And you see the person defending something wrong with a full bold chest. We are so ignorant to the extent that we always face the presidency alone. I'm not campaigning for Tinubu. His government is damaged.
Okay. Well, I just have to cut you. It's not because you're not making sense, but we have to pay some bills and take a break so that Igboamaka can come on, and we will return at 10:30. Maybe you'll call us back. So remember, this program continues at 10:30. Be a part of it.
Original people, how una dey? My prayer be say we go make am. So far we no be lazy. Na